Alright YouTube, what's going on? We got a knife review we're going to do today, and we got a Midtech knife today. This little pouch here that it came in, and this is the Ramon Chavez Redencion 228. This is the Midtech version. He does this in a custom as well. The Midtech is obviously more affordable, that's kind of the design, but it looks and feels... I've actually never handled the custom, but from what I've seen in pictures and such, it looks almost identical. So it is a beefy folder. Look at that. It's thick. It's got that sweet skull clip that he's known for. Probably the coolest pocket clip you're going to find on a knife out there, in my opinion. So let's go ahead and do some specs on the knife. Look at the thickness of the knife. Is almost an inch, no, about a little over a ½ inch thick. So you got two solid slabs of titanium over a ½ inch thick. Your closed length here is going to be just shy of 5 inches, about 4 3/4, around there as far as your closed length. Open length is going to be almost 8 inches even. Is S35VN steel, has a kind of a tanto / spanto kind of different grind there, which is pretty sweet. You can see the Chavez right here, American made in New Mexico. Nice stonewash handles. It's a pretty simple knife, but it's beautiful. You know, it's industrial almost. It's but you have this nice touch of the skull clip there that gives it a little artisan look to it. So I'm not even sure if that's a word. Artsy, we'll call it. Nice early lockup. It's very solid. No blade play, no wiggle. It locks up like a vault. This is on bearings, so it's extremely smooth. Just a little flick of the thumb stud. So you can see how it's got a nice detent too. You hear it right here. What a perfect detent. I can't think it'd be any better because it just rockets out of there. So it's really smooth and fast for being such a big tanky knife. Tanky's really not a word either, but that's kind of how you would describe this. The blade stock on this guy is really thick. It's almost a 1/4 inch thick blade. So not quite, just under, but pretty close. Almost a 1/4 inch thick. Steel, so, or a blade stock there. Got some nice jimping up here on top that is very functional. It's large, but it's not too aggressive that it like hurts your thumb or anything, but it gives you a really good purchase on the knife when you're really putting a lot of pressure on it. Got some nice big thumb studs. Makes the knife very easy to open. Just your plain pivot here. You got some nice contouring. The knife does have very good ergonomics. It's very thick in the hand, like I said. If you've got big hands and you like big beefy folders, this is right up your alley. For me, it's a little too beefy, too thick, but I had a chance to check one out. I got this in a trade, so it's brand spanking new. I mean, probably the 3rd time I've taken it out of this pouch just to look at it and handle it a little bit. So, but it's just a gorgeous knife. I mean, it's refined, very nice, but it's got that beefy, tactical look to it. So, yeah, very cool. Very cool. You got some standoffs here. They're kind of recessed into the frame. So you've got two. You got one right there, and one right there. Then you've got like a pin here called a lanyard tube. Yeah, it's a lanyard tube. You got your two standoffs that are recessed in the knife. There we go. There's some focus. Then you got your blade stop right there. Actually, no, that's just a pin to keep the knife together too. And then you've got your stop pin right here. Come on, I'm having a hard time focusing here. So, definitely a cool knife. Glad I got a chance to check it out. Not one I'm going to be keeping. I'm actually putting it for sale. I do have a buyer already. If that does fall through, feel free to contact me through YouTube just to see. But these are actually quite popular right now. There's a lot of them out there. Blade HQ had a run of them exclusive that had holes in the handle, kind of like your Mayo style holes here in the handle. I like this version better. It's just cleaner, I think. It's a little more simplistic, and I like that in knives. So again, very big, very large. The pocket clip, I haven't even actually pocketed this knife. So this is kind of like an impression. It's not really a review, I guess, because I really haven't used it. Just kind of wanted to get it on camera, show it to you guys. They are out there. I think they're priced around $450 new, and they are ranged from anywhere from that up to $550 on the secondary market. So they're not cheap, but you are getting a custom, or a Midtech knife, excuse me, by a custom maker that is not nearly identical to his custom. So if you can't afford his custom knife, this is the next best thing if you really want a Redencion. So very cool knife. Got a chance to check it out. I really actually never had an intention of keeping it when I did the trade, but I knew that I wanted to check it out and see some of his work. I've heard about Ramon Chavez for a while now. Guys over at Knife Thursday, I believe we're friends with Ramon, so they've been kind of promoting his work for a long time. So this is definitely a cool knife I want to get my hands on, check it out. It's not for me anymore. I mean, my tastes have changed. I used to be a day where I would have been all over this folder, and this would have been in my pocket, and this would have been carrying. But I've kind of gravitated more to smaller folders, traditional knives, as well as like smaller, titanium frame lock knives. So, but definitely a cool knife. Here's some kind of some macro shots of it. See, that's a great stone washing on the titanium. For Midtech, I mean, sometimes Midtechs are hit and miss. This one's perfect. I mean, I would be willing to bet it's almost as nice as the custom. I think he uses a little bit better steel in the custom. That's about it. This one's on bearings. Like I said, it's very smooth. Flies right open. Shuts like that. I mean, it's very smooth. Doesn't take much effort at all. So, no lock stick. Nice, perfect centering. So, sweet. I almost called it a little knife. It's a big knife. 3 1/4 inch blade isn't too big. I mean, that's right around probably that's a good sized blade. But you have just how thick and long the handle is, and it's just a solid piece of titanium. So it's definitely solid, and it's definitely in the line with a lot of custom makers right now, kind of what they're making. And it's not my style so much anymore, but it is beautiful, and I can definitely learn. I've definitely learned to appreciate all types of knives, and I definitely see the craftsmanship, the design elements in this knife, and it's really cool. I do dig that skull a lot. If you made a smaller version of this, even, I would be all over that. So, alright guys, well that's a quick look at the Ramon Chavez 228 Redencion Midtech knife. If you have any questions or comments on this knife, please leave them down in the comments below, and we will see you next time.